My weapons specialist, Ironhide.
You feeling lucky, punk?
Easy, Ironhide.
Just kidding. I just wanted to show it my cannons.
Study Series number 14 Ironhide is definitely one of the best Study Series figures that have ever been released. Thanks to its extremely accurate molding details, enjoyable transformation and possibility, movie-accurate paint decoration, as well as being in a good scale for Study Series figures, on top of being such an awesome figures. Study Series 14 Ironhide has such an exclusive release, making his prices astronomical in the aftermarket. Therefore, these figures have been a goal for many of us to obtain. Let's take a look at how good he actually is. And here's how our Study Series number 14 Ironhide is in hand. As you can see, he's very accurate to that of the CGI model of the Transformers 2007 movie. His proportion is very accurate to the movie itself, and even better than that of the proportion of the MPM-06 Ironhide. And not only that, this figure is actually the more enjoyable figures out of the two, simply because his arm proportions are not weird like the MPM version, from which the arm are actually protruding out from the back of the figures instead of from the side of the figures. And of course, the arm articulation are also better than that of the MPM-06. Looking at Ironhide face sculpt, you can see that his face sculpt is extremely accurate to that of the Transformers 2007 movie. His face sculpt is very unique, that is not symmetrical in any way. Even his two eyes are disproportionate. One eye seems to be badly damaged, while the other one seems to be normal. And of course, they only have some simple blue colors coloring over them. The weird and unique looking head of Ironhide always reminded me of the face of the Pitbull dog. Going off from the head toward the shoulder, we can see that he has an Autobot insignia on his shoulder over here, which is really nicely, especially for his vehicle mode. As going down here, we can see that he actually has some guard over the shoulder, which is really nice because they was hidden in the vehicle mode and only appears in the robot mode. And here is our beautiful arm. So you can see that the arm definitely come out under his shoulder as they should be. And then we have two real wheels inside those chest areas over here, which is accurate to the CGI model, which really surprised most of us when it first came out. The only region that doesn't look as nicely would be this region over here, because I have the DNA design upgrade kit on here. As you can see that this panel, the guard actually got flipped in, but initially for the original version they will have this whole thing sticking out like this and they cannot be flipped away, which was definitely one of the weak points of this Study Series figures. But with the DNA design kit on, this figure is perfect. You can see that it's covered under his chest region very nicely. Then of course the proportion for those next to the leg region over here, maybe they can be a little bigger for the crotch area. As we go to the leg, you can see that again a lot of intricate details in here. Look at all of those piston and molded details. I really like how these legs turn out. It's very complicated. The legs looks really good, and going straight down to the feet region as well. They are all decked out with molded detail down to the feet region. The other two wheels got hidden down below the feet, which is really nice. You would rarely see any out of place wheels at all. Those two wheels are placed correctly and those one are hidden away. As we go to the feet region, of course with the DNA design kit, there's another region that got upgraded. Those part right here with articulated toes. Not only that, he have an ankle toes, which come in super handy while posting the figures. And along with an intricate front, we see that the back side of the figures also got cleaned up very nicely, with all of the panel got flipped away and stay very tightly towards the body of the figures. And of course we can see that cross region again, which is very skinny, and that is one of the weakest points of these figures. But in overall, it's still a very good looking figures. Let's go through Ironhide articulation. So firstly, for the head can turn to the right side roll that far, turn to left side roll that far, and it can really look up, can look down a little bit like that. As we go to the shoulder region, the arms over here, firstly there's a swing right in there. You can see that it can go down and up via that joint right there. And then there's another joint over here which can move in and out via two peg. One is inside the shoulder joints and then another one right here, which allow for a pretty much free range of articulation despite the bulky shoulder looking. As we go to this region over here, of course we have this bicep swivel right there, and it can also bend around 90 degrees, which is really nice. And regarding whether he's wearing his weapon or not, his arm articulation is not really limited, and the same articulation can be said for the other arm. As we go down here, unfortunately we don't have any waist swivel for these figures. And for the leg region, they can go outward around that far. And They can go upward really far like that despite his bulky look, and it can go backward around that far using only this leg panel. And then of course when we go down here, firstly we have this bicep swivel right here that can be set for both of the thighs region. And as we go down here, we have roughly 90-degree band of knee joints, which is not bad at all. And as we go down here, we have another hinge right here, or the bottom of the leg, just right above the feet. And because of the DNA design kit, we actually have this ankle pivot as well. So in overall, despite not having a waist swivel, Ironhide is definitely one of the really possible figures out of the Studio Series line. And here's how the Studio Series number 14 Ironhide looks in his vehicle mode. Definitely a very accurate vehicle mode, just like how his robot mode looks. Then here we have the scale between all of the Studio Series 2007 figures, amongst which Ironhide appears to be a little too big, especially in comparison to Optimus Prime. Here's how Studio Series number 14 Ironhide scale with Studio Series Jazz and Studio Series Bumblebee. And here's how Studio Series Ironhide standing next to Studio Series Dog of the Moon Ratchet. And of course, we cannot miss how Ironhide standing next to the leader of the Autobot, Optimus Prime. And here's how Studio Series Ironhide standing next to Studio Series Barricade. Next, we have Studio Series Ironhide standing next to Studio Series Voyager class Bone Crusher. Then we have the two weaponizers from the Autobot and the Decepticon team, Ironhide and Brawl. Next we have Ironhide standing next to the second in command of the Decepticon, Starscream. And here's how Studio Series Ironhide standing next to Studio Series Leader class Blackout. Then we have Studio Series Ironhide standing next to the leader of the Decepticon, Megatron from the first Transformers movie. And here is how the whole Autobot team from the Transformers 2007 movies looks together. This will forever be our iconic Autobot team out of the live action movie. After that, we have Studio Series Ironhide standing next to all of the Decepticon from the first Transformers 2007 movie. And lastly, here's how the iconic Studio Series number 14 Ironhide standing next to the whole Transformers 2007 cast, including the Autobot team and the Decepticon team. These Studio Series figures from the Transformers 2007 movie are definitely the must-have out of my collection.